Okay, recording this video on Saturday, the 1st of June 2024, just gone 11:06 p.m. Chicago time. Do hope you are doing well. So it's the weekend, time for another weekend futures market recap, where I go through 15 of the largest futures markets and I show you what I'm seeing on my charts. No video last weekend, Memorial Day weekend. That is because we released the latest version of the better indicators on the weekend. So there's a lot going on, no time to do an update video, but we're going to make up for that in this weekend's video. We'll go through the E-mini and then the futures markets and show you what's going on. In general, the release went extremely well. Very few problems with people installing the latest versions, which is always good, a relief for me. A couple of questions, I'll try and deal with those in this video. It's about the look and feel of the new indicators. And you'll notice now that we're moving to the new version of the indicators on these videos going forward. So things will look maybe a little bit different, but in general, the whole idea of three non-correlated indicators signaling together, none of that has changed. The basic algorithms for better sine wave, better pro-am, better momentum have not changed at all. It's just the look and feel of the charts to get some clearer signals. But anyway, let's get straight to a chart, daily chart of the E-mini. And as usual, I've been saying this for weeks and weeks and weeks, the background on the left-hand chart, the volume chart, is in red, which means we're in an uptrend in terms of price and volume. We've seen no blue professional bars, so the trailing stop is miles away down here. The only reason that we've had a little bit of weakness is because Rambo patterns. The new highs up here at 5,400 have been pushed up by the amateurs, feeling they're getting left behind, a bit of FOMO there. They're jumpy into the market. We just end up with a little bit of weakness. Sometimes a Rambo pattern ends up being reversal and the market goes the other way. Sometimes it just means we're going to have weakness because this last move up was led by the amateurs and we're just waiting for the professionals to step back in. Friday was interesting because we had a strong close on Friday. The second half of the day was really strong. As we go down through the charts, you'll see how that all kicked off. In terms of this chart, we've had an end of trend go off on the highest time frame, end of trend on the lowest time frame, but we are still above resistance on the intermediate time frame, this line here. So we need to go back down and find that support. And I'm wondering if Friday was just a little bit of a fake out move, and show you why that might be the case. 135-minute chart, exactly 3 135-minute bars in a day session of the E-mini, and there we go. Rambo patterns are those highs, and that's led to this weakness here. Sell-off, volume, exhaustion signal on the way down, but that wasn't at the bottom. That was getting the move going, and we bounced on Friday off this bullish divergence pattern that came in. Pull back to end of trends, overbought up here. We had a sign of weakness here on better sine wave, and it could lead to continued weakness until we come down and we have that cross on the highest time frame here where these levels come together. Now, one of the questions that I have got over the release of the new indicators is how come the background color is different? Yep, we're in an uptrend, it's in red, gray background, we're in a downtrend here, but on the better sine wave, the price chart, it's the way around. As we're going through an uptrend, we've got gray backgrounds. Well, what I've done here is, with the grey background, it signals overbought. It's a better contrasting colour than having this in this red over on this side. The red bars stand out better with an overbought signal. So when we've got resistance on all three time frames here and we have a big things happen at triples signals, that we break into a big uptrending move. Remember, big things happen at triples, either big bounces or big breaks. And here we've got a big break, bang, into a big uptrend. So the background here is when we have triple signals and it means we're overbought in terms of price. Here, this is the background in terms of price and volume trend. When they're both in the same direction in an uptrend, we do a red background showing we're in an uptrend. So that might be a little bit confusing, but the reason for the choice of that background is because there's better contrast between the bar coloring and the background coloring. And it just means on the price chart we're overbought. So we reached up here with a triple resistance. You can see all three time frames of resistances. Overbought at this point here. We break a support and we have a little bit of a sign of weakness here. That's what that signal is showing there. And so we'll have to see how this plays out. We can weaken from there during this week and close below the 5,200, come down here, put in blue professional bars at a low, make a cyclical support here on the highest time frame. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. 45-minute chart, here we go. Overbought on the better sine wave chart. We get a sign of weakness. We start to sell off and then we do a V reversal at that point. There's the exhaustion sell, getting the move going, and then it was all blue professional bars chasing the market up after that 11:30 print. I think it was an inflation number that came out, and all of a sudden everybody rushed into the market. Flush pattern on the 45-minute chart, bang. But remember, on the 45-minute chart, background's in grey. We're in a downtrend here. Unless it breaks above this point here, we're still in a downtrend. We've still got white bars in terms of better sine wave trend. So we're looking for the next area where we might get short, because this move on the downside is maybe not done. 15-minute chart, there we go. We rolled over from last week, had blue professional bars right at those highs. Up here, signs of weakness. We start to roll over. We come back up under the lip here, a stair-step trade, and then down again, blue professional bars coming on the 15-minute chart. So here on the 15-minute, we had blue professional bars coming into those lows, exhaustion patterns, then a V reversal, bang, we jump all the way back up. So what I'm looking for is this to move back up and just to see where that resistance comes in on the 15-minute chart here, and whether we get a rollover and we go test those lows again. And the 13,500 tip bar chart, it would have been great to see a blue professional bar down here right at those lows. I think we did see it on the time frame down, the 4,500 tip bar chart down here, but we didn't see it in the 13,500, and so the stop was still miles away. If we'd have seen that, this stop would have come up really close, and we've got a signal, reversal signal right in there at the lows. The only signal that we had was bullish divergence right there at the lows, and that's what we just bounced off that level, 5,200, bang, and we were away. There's a sign of strength in terms of better sine wave, and we're powering ahead. This is going to be an important level, 5250 here. If that gives way, this was just a fake out move by the professionals, gaming the market up. Coming into a weekend, people see the market strong. Monday morning, they put in their buy orders, chase some markets, and then by Tuesday, Wednesday, the thing's kind of turned around. And we break back down through 5250, so wait and see. That was the E-mini chart. It's a surprising day on Friday during the beginning of the week. Nice stair-step trade into those highs. We started a weekend, we had Rambo patterns at the beginning of the week, came back up, blue professional bars at those highs, bang, and we sell it down. And we keep on selling it down until we bounce off a Rambo pattern there. So there we go, some thoughts on the E-mini. Not convinced that the low is in on this time frame because we didn't get our exhaustion pattern down here with blue professional bars that came in on the retrace. So we shall wait and see this week. Going to be an interesting week. All right, let's look at some Forex charts. We've got the Euro chart first. Now, again, the new look at the indicators. We've got two time frames side by side. In terms of swing trading on the Euro, 500 tip bar chart, 1500 tip bar chart. This gives us a week of activity here on the 1500 tip bar chart with a solid yellow vertical line showing the beginning and the ends of the week. So we've got two time frames side by side. We've got the volume chart on the top. We've got the price chart at the bottom. And this is the one, top left is the one I'm interested in because this gives me the trend. The backgrounding red means that we're in an uptrend. We had some great signals. I was short the Euro at the beginning of the week. I took profits of 108 down here. That was fantastic. Then went short again on this retrace here, just when we had blue professional bars, and it bounced off that Rambo pattern. So at the moment, I'm short again, but I'm taking heat on it and trying to figure out whether I'm going to reverse or not. So I'm going to wait and see Sunday into Monday to see what happens here. If we get blue professional bars come in, stair-step trade up, then we're going to go through 109. But at the moment, we got some downtrend pressure on the 500 tip bar chart, signs of weakness here, sign of weakness on the better sine wave chart at this point here. So let's see if that level at 8.5 holds. Super important. We've got two time frames in conflict. So the low time frame, we're in a downtrend. High time frame, we're in an uptrend. So we need to get resolution on these two things. Break back above this level here, 8.8 would be a sign that we're going to go look at 9 and keep powering ahead. So wait and see on the Euro. British pound, same thing. Lovely signals at the beginning of the week. Blue professional bars come in. Sign of weakness here in terms of price and volume. Sell off really nicely, and we bounce off these lows, and blue professional bars coming at the end of the week. Potentially we're in an uptrend at that point. Stair-step trade, come back in. So Sunday into Monday, let's see with the British pound whether this continues to strengthen. We need to get back above this high, but potentially blue professional bars at the end of the week were professionals stepping in on that little weakness, and that we could get up through this 27.68 level, break into another uptrend there. Aussie dollar's sold off again, the same pattern that we had with all of the Forex charts here at the beginning of the week for this sell-off at this point here. Background's dark at the moment. We've got blue professional bars coming in here with the background in blue as well, which means those are big pros. So super high average trade size coming in here on the Aussie dollar. So let's see if this level holds and we continue to break up. We do have signs of weakness though on the lower time frames here and on 3 of these 4 charts. So a break of 66.36 here would take us into a downtrend, and we go looking at these lows again for more blue professional bars there. So on the Forex charts, we're stuck in the middle. It's just like the equities chart. We've had some strength, but is it for real? Is it just going to roll over and break the other way? Japanese yen. Now Japanese yen, this is a little bit more positive for finding a bottom down here. On the highest time frame chart here, you can see big pro bars starting to come in here. Sign of strength down here at the lows. Exhaustion sell, blue professional bars come in here. That's good. We've come back to test this level. So let's see if this strengthens and gets up through 64 this week. So that's interesting because the blue professional bars are coming in on the lows down here. So we're trying to make a little bit of a bottom on the Japanese yen for this week. 10-year. Now 10-year was another trade of mine this week. Got long, so I was out of the short position euro and they got long into 10 years and then went short the euro as well. But here was the setup for the 10 years. We got big blue professional bars coming in here at the lows with exhaustion sell. That's a signal I really like. When everything kind of comes together, we tend to bounce from there super hard. Sign of strength down here on better sine wave, sign of strength on better pro-am. We rallied really hard. Took profits up here. Some out of that trade at the moment, and blue professional bars, big pro bars coming in here. So we'll have to wait and see if that starts to roll over this week, but that was a nice little setup for this week's trade on the bonds. Gold is having trouble. So we've sold off from the 2400s, but we were still in the downtrend in terms of better sine wave here. We have gone and made our pullback to end of trend down here. We've got our big things happen at triple signals going off down here on the highest time frame chart, but no blue professional bars yet, and the background's in grey. So no, not signaling long yet on gold. Silver, same thing. All these signs of weakness just leading to this sell-off down here. No sign of strength yet on the better sine wave chart down here, but some blue professional bars coming at 30-40. Anyway, we'll have to wait to see if that turns around this week. Bitcoin, same thing. Not much going on with Bitcoin at all. Tested down to 66.5. Got some blue professional bars on a little bit of a spike here, but the background's dark, so we've got no signals at the moment. And crude, this is a beautiful trade this week. Beautiful signal up here. So we strengthened at the end of last week down here. Sign of strength on terms of price and volume. The background's in red, so we're in an uptrend. Bang. We had big pro bars down here with exhaustion sell. Bullish divergence comes in. Rambo pattern right at that lows. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better setup here for that long trade. And then into the reversal trade, almost the reverse. Exhaustion buy, blue professional bars, big pro bars come in there. Super high average trade size at $80.50. Sign of weakness, and we sell off pretty hard down into 77s down here. Now it's not all over because the trailing stop is miles away. We've not seen blue professional bars here. We could easily have a little bit of a bounce to a stair-step trade, so any blue professional bar comes in on the retrace. We have not got rid of that exhaustion sell on the downside or big pro bars coming in on the downside there. So crude is still in the downtrend, but that was a really nice trade setting up midweek. Natural gas, similar thing with natural gas, all week. See the background's in grey, and then this nice little stair-step trade on the retrace. The blue professional bars come in, we get a sign of weakness, and we can continue down here. So been in a downtrend all week for natural gas. And then copper, nice reversal trade, similar to the crude trade. All these markets are weakening because of economic weakness. We exhaust ourselves, exhaustion buy, bearish divergence comes in, the uptrend turns into a downtrend, sign of weakness in terms of price and volume, and we sell off with the background in grey showing us we're in a confirmed downtrend, and no sign of blue professional bars coming out the lows quite yet. And then all the ags were weak this week. So on Sunday night we had a gap open with a whole bunch of blue professional bars coming in here, and that was just to freak everybody out. We got our signs of weakness comes in here, breaks into a downtrend, and it's been in a downtrend all week in terms of corn because the background is in grey. Same thing, soybeans. So beginning of the week we had a little bit of a gap up, but we're in a downtrend all week, the background in grey. And then wheat, same thing, gap up on the Sunday night, a whole bunch of blue professional bars, really high average trade size because the background's in blue as well as the bars being blue. And then we got our signs of weakness up here. Can't actually show you those very clearly, but there they are, up there at those highs. Sign of weakness comes in. We've got those on better sine wave as well, downtrend all week with the background in grey on wheat. So there we go, a rip through the charts. It's going to be an interesting week to find out whether that was a fake out move in terms of the equities market on Friday, and it's just setting us up for another down leg midweek this week, and see if the Forex charts follow suit. So hope your trading is going well, and looking forward to next week's trade.